All right. I can hear you. Super. So I've hit record already, so we can basically start anytime. But just like think of it as like super casual, just having a chat with a friend and cooking with a friend, just distance cooking here. So nice to have you with us, Vivian. It's so great to see you and to see that you're doing well.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor, and I love seeing you. Like, I wish I could see you in person, but this is nice too.
We met a few years ago when we were on a panel at City U, I believe, and we were talking about, why we should be consuming a vegan diet or a plant-based diet and why we should be eating less meat. So today we have you here with us, and I wanted to invite a bunch of my friends who are all kind of climate activists in different fields, and you being an athlete who is conscious about what you put into your body, because what you put into your body actually affects the way that you perform as an athlete as well. But most of all, I also know that you care a lot about what you put into your body and what you eat because of the climate issue surrounding eating an abundance of processed food as well as animal meats. So here, Vivian, today, you are a Olympic fencer. So in 2019, you had taken the world #1 ranking, which is insane. It's insane. But you told me that actually you went through something that got you to that place. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yep. So I turned pescatarian when I was in college. So I went to the States, and all of a sudden I just didn't want to eat meat anymore because it was dining hall food and it was just big chunks of meat and it didn't look appetizing. And everyone around me was also really health conscious, environmentally, like eco-friendly conscious, and about a sustainable lifestyle. And I was very inspired to also do my part. But it was an easier transition from pescatarian to becoming vegan in 2017. It was because I tore my ACL, and then I Googled all the ways I could recover as quickly as possible. And a lot of the research and articles pointed towards a plant-based diet. And I was like, I'm actually really interested and I wanted to try it. And I have like the support from my family, my mom, and she makes amazing food and to keep me like going. And I've been vegan since then.
Right now is the best time to be vegan. There are so many options out there. And even when you're going grocery shopping, there are so many options. People are just like flocking the supermarket shelves with tons of ingredients and produces. So here today, we're very excited, so excited that Eat the Kiwi sponsored some ingredients for us, as well as Regency spices and also Farmer's Pride organic vegetables, which you've received. We have from Eat the Kiwi, my favorite Raglan coconut yogurt. Have you tried this before?
Yes, I love it. It's my favorite.
Too. It is the best. And this is one of their new products called minced meat, which is magic mince, which is made with hemp and some beans and also mushrooms. And then kraut. The purple kraut is something that I love, especially in bowls, which is exactly what we're doing today. Spices from Regency, and all these veggies are grown locally, just picked. They literally picked it yesterday and like sent it to you. So super excited. With this bowl, what we're gonna do is, I understand that you stay in a dorm often and you don't have a lot of time to cook and people prepare your meals for you. But I wanted you to kind of have a way of preparing different elements of your meal, and then have it be very easy to put together, so that you don't need to take so much time with every single meal. So at home, I even like make a bunch of rice first, or a bunch of like rice with beans, or like sauteed tofu. And then anytime I'm hungry, I'm just putting things together like a big, nice bowl, rainbow bowl per se. So let's get cooking, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So with the rice, which is rinsed, and the black beans, as well as the quinoa, which is also rinsed, just pour everything into a pot.
Mm-hmm.
Put everything into this. Great. And then just need to grab some water. So I'm sure Mrs. Kong has a way of teaching you how to boil rice, right?
Yeah, a rice cooker.
Rice cooker. I actually don't use rice cooker. I don't trust a rice cooker. I don't know how to cook rice in a rice cooker. It's really weird.
Oh.
I learned from my mom, I believe. It was from my mom to just use the finger or the hand measurement way, which for some reason always works. If I was cooking like in a little pot versus like a massive pan at work, it always works. So what I do is basically just kind of like just toss up everything together, grab some water and pour it over. I'd say it's like double to start, double the amount of solids that you have in the pot. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more water. So you kind of want to pour water to the point of when you put your whole hand inside that pot flat, the water should go to the edge of your wrist, right where your wrist is.
Okay, I need more water.
So I have no idea why it always works, but like it works. No matter what kind of grains I throw in there. Like sometimes I throw other types of beans or chickpeas and using white rice or purple rice. But like this measurement process always works. It's so weird.
Okay.
There must be a scientific reason for that. What if like someone's hand is like really fat though, right? Like if someone's hand is really fat, wouldn't it push all the water up higher? Like so we're
I had fat.
Sorry.
Like, can you see?
Yeah. So it's right up to your wrist, right? Just like okay, so good. Now, no need to add salt or anything if you don't want it flavored. We can flavor it with other sauces. Now, all we need to do is just cover the lid, and then we'll bring it to the stove.
Okay.
So before we do that, I'm gonna do the beetroot with you as well. So this one is super easy. I just found out that I don't have foil paper, but you do it with foil paper. I want you to show everyone how you do it with a foil paper. Let me just grab
a knife. Foil paper?
Lend it to me. Did you peel your beetroot already? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you peeled it.
Yeah.
Okay. So technically, you don't even need to peel it. What I do is just wash this and then put it in the foil paper, add oil, so olive oil or whatever oil you have, salt and pepper, and then wrap it up. Yeah. And afterwards, we're going to throw it into the oven. Okay. So, and all of these like beetroot stems and leaves, I don't chuck it out. We can make a soup out of it. We can pickle it to make like leafy pickles as well. So like all of this, normally I just like
Oh. Well, did you throw it away? Yeah, she did. And she peeled it for me. Okay, so we put oil and salt and pepper.
Yes. Then have a bit of rice bran oil from Eat the Kiwi.
Thank you, Eat the Kiwi.
They're awesome. Okay, salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah. Black pepper. Okay. So you can use the foil paper and just wrap it all up. And then we can go into the oven. Yeah, correct. Close it all up. So what this does is basically it steams the beetroot and cooks it within the foil paper without burning the outside. So next time when you do it, you can do it like this without peeling it at all, and wrap it individually in the foil paper, throw it into the oven. After about 30 minutes, like these small ones will only take about 25 minutes. Yeah, these small ones. After 25 minutes, remove the foil paper, and then the skin will literally slip out of your fingers. It's so easy.
Oh.
So let's go, Joel.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, when you came back on.
Yeah, I think when we cut off, we didn't record.
We've got a fair bit of it on my phone anyway.
Yeah, we have a bit of it on the phone. So
Did you?
it's okay. So we're just gonna show what we did, the tofu and with the turmeric, and also the sweet potatoes. Fantastic. So now we're gonna go ahead and make the sauce. You have the blender ready, right?
Yep.
Have you made a cashew dressing before?
Nope.
Okay, so in raw food cooking, the whole idea is that we don't cook the food or heat up the food over 117 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 46.7 degrees Celsius. And the reason is because we want to keep as many nutrients as possible inside the natural ingredient. That's why when we buy like raw foods, like raw cashews, the whole idea is that it's not tainted and it doesn't have like any pesticides or anything. We want to keep it as clean as possible. Now you've already soaked them for more than 8 hours, right? In filtered water, so like drinking water, because we're not going to cook the sauce. So we just want to make sure that whatever we're using, the liquids that we're using to soak it with, is going to be clean. Okay, so now we can just drain the water out and rinse it once more with the filtered water.
And then we put them in the blender?
Yes, correct. So we have the cashews. And then the roasted bell peppers, just about like 2 pieces. Salt and pepper. You have the bell pepper in there, right? Do you have the, what color is your bell pepper? Yellow?
Yellow and green.
Okay, so your sauce is gonna come out more like yellowy, greenish. No worries. And that's the one. So, and then,
so red ones?
Yeah, red ones, to make it a red sauce, but like yellow is fine too.
I'll pick the red ones.
then we're gonna throw in some smoked paprika. About a tablespoon of it. So it looks like this now inside.
Paprika.
Yep, one. Okay. And then we're gonna throw a bit of apple cider vinegar. So about like 1 tablespoon as well. Some pepper. And you also have a date, right?
Dates. Yep.
Yes. So you just need to pit it. So take out the pits, and then throw that in there as well. Dates are really high in vitamin A and also fiber. And what it does is really it gives the texture and binds the sauce together really nicely. Gives this really creamy texture.
Did you put one date inside? One? Just one?
Yeah, 1 piece.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is going to require some water. Just grab some filtered water now. Have you put the filtered water in?
Not yet. How much?
So to the level of where the nuts are. Okay, just to cover, just enough to cover it. Okay, about this much. And then we can start blending.
We want to make it smooth, yeah? Not chunky. Not chunky, like smooth.
Yes, super smooth. So that's why I keep going for about like 2-3 minutes. If you have a high-speed blender, it's gonna be like 2 minutes. Done. No.
Your sauce is ready?
Yeah. How does yours look? Oh, no. Need a lot of a bit more water. So use a rubber spatula to scrape all the stuff from the sides down. Yeah, it looks like it's just missing a bit of water. That should be very liquidy like this, but then mayo-like. I remember the first time I made a cashew dressing, it was very similar to yours. I was like, is this ever gonna be creamy? But it's because of the amount of liquid. So you do need to give it a little bit more liquid, and also just like what kind of liquid are you putting in there, you know? So you already put apple cider vinegar. There is also the liquid coming from the bell pepper. So those are all what helps the cashews become more creamy, right? But then at the end, you're adjusting the amount of filtered water you are adding in it to make it, as you know, almond milk or oat milk is basically almonds with water. So it's the same thing. Cashews with water, we can make it into a creamy texture if we put less water, or a milk texture if we add more water to it. So go ahead.
I'll check on the rice too.
Yeah. So my rice is looking very good. It's kind of just needs a little bit more evaporation on the water, but then otherwise it's pretty good.
Oh, yay.
Does it look creamy?
Like, can you see? Like, oh.
Yeah, much better. Definitely. So the only reason why it's flown all over the place is likely because there's not enough contents or solids to cover the blade itself. So it's like going all over the place. But next time if you do like a double amount, it won't do that anymore. Okay. So you can see that, you know, the color of mine is because of the red bell peppers. I added a lot of red bell peppers into it and the smoked paprika. Give it a taste and tell me what you think.
I like it. It's sweet. And the bell pepper is really, I can taste the bell pepper.
Right?
Yeah, and the paprika, and it's, oops.
Like if you think it needs a little bit more acidity, you can add some more apple cider vinegar and then also some salt as well, because all of those things mix the flavor more pungent and more strong. Raw food is, you know, that's why people don't like salads. It's because we don't know very often, we don't know how to balance flavors, you know. So whenever we eat raw food, it's all about balancing acidity, balancing sugar, and balancing sodium to get the flavor out. Yeah. So we have this, and then what else? Where's my salt? I have salt. Okay. I think mine needs a little bit more salt and also a tiny bit more apple cider vinegar.
Me too.
Okay. And I can just quickly like stir that together because it's nice and creamy. And something like this, you saw that I transferred a lot of ingredients to you with empty jars, right? With like used jars, I should say. So at home, I always keep these used jars to store food, because glass is actually the best way to store whether it's dry food or raw food like this, because it keeps much longer and it doesn't contaminate as easily. So we always keep, like, after we finish this ragu yogurt, I'm going to keep the jar, and then I'll like throw the dressing into a jar and airtight close it up, and then keep it in the fridge, and that's going to go for like 2 weeks. Trust me. Yeah. So you have a dressing for 2 weeks to go, you know, if it's going to last that long. All right. So finally, we basically now have all of the elements that we need to build this bowl. The reason I asked for some kale is also because if you want to make kale chips, if you have a dehydrator or even using an oven, just remove the leaves and then use this dressing to marinate the kale, like with a thick layer, and then put it in the dehydrator or the oven at about 125 degrees Fahrenheit until it crisps up. And then that will be kale chips, okay? Another thing is you can use kale and put this dressing and just massage it really nicely and have a really nice smoky, meaty kale salad. Maybe with some croutons, maybe with some like avocados. So this dressing is so easy to use and diverse that there's a lot of applications to it.
Wow. I usually just make kale salad, and even when I do make kale chips, I don't have a good dressing to go with it. So perfect. And I only know a really good kale recipe is just to massage it in lemon juice, so it softens, and then put like apple and nuts with it. But then this is a lot like nice and nutritious.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of protein and good fats from cashew sauces. Now, this is just like one type of sauce I can make with cashews. There are hundreds of sauces that we've made using cashews before, and some of them will be in my recipe book. But the whole idea is that as long as you have a cashew base, you can make any kind of creamy mayonnaise dressing or creamy sauces. So this is just one of them that I wanted to show you. So
thank you, Peggy. Do you do anything with the stems?
We use it for like juicing, but otherwise it is quite fibrous. And we don't do much juicing anymore at home. So I'm just gonna show you how, like, this is kale with a little bit of dressing in there. And like, so important to massage your kale. It really irks me when I go to a restaurant and they don't like
massage the kale.
Massage the kale. Really, like kale is really tough. So you need acidity, you need oil to like balance it all out. And so like that, you have this really delicious, creamy kale salad. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yummy. Yeah.
So we can put this on top of the rice. If your rice is ready, let's put it in a bowl. So I would say that just needs to steam out a little bit, but otherwise all the kernels are properly cooked. So Vivian, I'm gonna put a little bit of this dressing over the top of the rice, like that.
Yep.
And then now we can just dress it with everything that you have prepared. So here we have some of the tomatoes. The important thing about like a plant-based meal is like that everything that we have made here today is flavored. There are flavors to it, you know? It's not just some diced and boiled vegetables that's put on top and that's it. Because I often feel disappointed as well when I go out and eat and like vegetables are flavorless, you know? So this is what I wanted to show you is that you can do all of these things really quickly and then store the leftover for the remainder of the week to use in different ways. Okay.
Yum. And the colors too, it's so beautiful.
Exactly. So far I have some kale, some of the tomatoes in there. Some of the,
And the sweet potato, yeah?
yep, sweet potato, and then tofu. I forgot the avocado. So if you want to just slice up some avocado. So the way that we do like really pretty restaurant style avocado, just like cut it in half like that. And then we don't scoop it out. Do you have the piece without the seeds? I can show you. If it's really nice and ripe, just peel it carefully.
Yep, it was.
Peel it.
Oh, this is a nice avocado.
Okay. Then what we do is slice it from top down, using kind of like the tip of your knife. So like this, top down, top down.
Into like thin slices. Okay.
Top down with the top of your knife. And then I'm going to show you. Okay. So now just like fan it out, like just kind of push it down so that it looks like that.
Ta-da!
There you go. You've done an Instagram avocado.
Thank you. And then we put it on top of the rice.
And then maybe finally a little bit of the kraut, the purple kraut. This is some of my favorite stuff. And for any really kind of nutritious, to finish off a really nutritious meal, you need fermented foods. Fermented foods are great for our bodies. Our bacteria basically helps keep a really strong gut system. And our gut and our brain is entirely linked together. So with a strong, healthy gut, we're also much stronger up here. So we have some fermented kraut on the top. So you can see this beautiful rainbow bowl. And finally, I'm gonna put a little bit of this dukkha in there. Dukkha is a kind of Middle Eastern spice mix. And there are tons of like different spice mix, like, za'atar. And this one is a hazelnut based one with some dried thyme and some also spices. I don't remember, sesame seeds. Yeah. So we can put a bit of that on top. So you're getting all of the micro and macronutrients that you need for a day. And this is exactly what I mean by a really nice and light meal, where I can get so much in there and also make it so Instagrammable,
Yeah. Wow. Yours is very nice. Wait.
Sure, yours is gonna look beautiful.
Yours.
Nice. Wow. Take a photo. It looks like a Buddha bowl.
Girl. Wow. She's in like at the background, but ta-da!
Wow, it's gorgeous. It's like a Buddha bowl. Your bowl is so pretty. Super. So
wow. And it's got all the textures too, like the crispy, the crunchy, the juicy, the meaty, the soft. like avocado. Oh, the beetroot. I still have it here.
Oh, you forgot the beetroot. But that's the thing, like you can keep that for like a whole week and no problem. You can go back to it. You can keep it in the foil paper and then just come back to it when you're ready to eat it as well, you know?
Oh, okay. So it can just chill on the side.
I also forgot to put some edamame. But that's the thing. You have so many options in here. It's insane. You can make a different bowl every single day with everything that you've been taught today. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, let me put some edamame. We've got all the protein.
Yes, from the edamame, from the whole grains, from the sweet potatoes, from the kale, and then the really nice creamy fat from the cashews and avocado. It's just everything that you want in a really nourishing meal. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me and teaching me all these cool recipes, and I can't wait to try them.
Yes, I hope you'll use them and then, prepare all this stuff and then put it in the fridge in your dorm so that it's easy for you to just like put things together. And, for me, a good kitchen is always about making sure that you have the pantry staples to make your meal as nourishing as possible, as easy as possible. So, yes, thank you so much for joining us and for all of our suppliers for sponsoring their ingredients. And go get my cookbooks because there's going to be tons of these recipes in there to help everyone. And it's going to be available in English and Chinese. So it's going to be really great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, go Peggy. Thank you. Take care. Stay healthy. And I will eat this now.
Thank you. Thanks, Go Mama.
Thank you, Mama. You're welcome, Peggy.
Lem Lana.
ทำไมเขาแรงอ่ะ
係啊，我有食